Alright. This is a video I've been wanting to make for a while after Grand Arena came out, but I really wanted to take some time to feel out the game mode and see how it would fit on my ranked list of every single game mode we have in Galaxy of Heroes. Everything from the redundant to the most engaging. What are the best game modes in this game? And I am considering 8 game modes on this list. Some people may contend that, for example, Light Side, Dark Side, and Cantina battles are considered a game mode. I'm gonna say they're not for the purpose of this list, but if they are, I'm gonna rank them at 9 because you play through them once and then you literally only ever sim them. So there's really not much enjoyment there. But other than that, I'm going to consider all of these other game modes. And so fitting in with that logic, number 8 on the list is Galactic War. You can sim everything in Galactic War at this point. Now, when you're a beginning game player, I'm probably going to rank Galactic War a little bit higher on the list. This is from an end game perspective, but when you're a beginning game player, this is a great training ground. This is a great place to learn how to use your squads, to test a bunch of stuff out. And so I actually think this game mode is really fantastic for beginning game players. For end game players, though, literally all I've done with Galactic War in the last very long while, ever since the sim button come, is I just sim it, grab my loot, and go. So to me, there's like no enjoyment whatsoever in this game mode for now, but I'm glad it's there because I like the rewards. I like the shard shop currency that I get from the store, even though I feel like that store should probably be revamped, which I've already talked about in another video. Number 7 on the list is ships. Ships. Holy ship. The ships are not that good, okay? I literally play this game mode because it's a chore. I feel like I have to. I feel like it gets me crystals and I like that. But ship battles still are just the most unenjoyable part of this game for me, and the engagement of the community is apparent. Arnold T101 recently made a video on this, and as soon as he made the video, I actually didn't watch the video, but he was telling me a little bit about it, and this is something I experienced too. The views on videos that talk about ships for you guys, so what you guys are interested in, are astronomically lower for everything else. We could post an amazing ship video and it will get 50% less views on average, probably. So the reason I'm bringing that up is it's not just that I am not interested in this game mode. Obviously, you guys aren't very interested in this game mode either. So for now, ships are coming in pretty low. I really hope that Capital Games can figure out ways to make ships more engaging. It's obviously something they tried to do with Ships 2.0, but still not quite hitting on all cylinders. Number 6 on my list is territory battles. Now, if this was a list of game modes that I like rewards from the most, territory battles would be a lot higher on the list. This is just a list of enjoyment factor more than anything. So, setting aside the fact that Territory Wars have some of the best awards in this entire game, the game mode itself is extremely stale to me. I only ever auto everything. Now, this is a game mode I also feel like has the most potential for improvement if we're going to shake it up. Like we've given the bonuses in Territory Wars to characters. What if we did something similar in Territory Battles? Give us a new map. Give us new characters to work with that are only able to be used in Territory Battles. That kind of thing could really make that game mode fun and engaging for now. But for now, it's just a chore. It's just a chore. I get pinged from my guy, my Territory Battles officer, who has that chore of making sure everybody deploys. And I go in and I put my deployments, I hit auto on the combat missions, and then maybe I'm going to do my Dark Side Battles Phase 6 special mission on manual because it won't work on auto, and a couple other battles on manual on Phase 6 day. But other than that, pretty much everything's auto. Auto's not fun. Auto is a chore, and so I really feel like this is a game mode that could use a lot of attention. A couple tweaks could make it more engaging, but for now it's showing up pretty low on the list. Number 5, I'm ranking events. Now this is a hard one to approach because there are so many different events. We got everything from Mythic Tier to Military Might to Endor Escalation, so many things in there, and they're so sporadic that I almost considered not including events on this list. But events have their whole, area of the game, and there's almost always an event going on. We've got marquee events. There's a lot of stuff there, and ultimately, by and large, while there's some events I like to sim, etc., there's a lot of events I enjoy playing through as well. I really like Endor Escalation. I think it's a fun event. I wish we had more heroic events like that. And there's so much customization that can come with events that I still think it's engaging for the most part. Some events, less so, but by and large, more engaging, and a lot of them have pretty decent rewards. Number 4 on my list is raids. Now, if I was ranking the Sith raid when it first hit, it would rank a lot higher on my list because I love it when a raid hits. When the Sith raid first hit, it was all hands on deck. Everybody was putting their brains together, figuring out what teams are going to work, how can we get the guild together to make this happen. It was the same thing for Heroic Tank, and that to me is some of the most exciting, fun times of this game for me. I love that challenge of a new raid and figuring out how to conquer it. But once you've finished the raid, it's on auto, it's just autopilot at this point. To me, it just becomes very redundant at that point. And I think that's understandable. You know, at a certain point, it's like, all right, you know, this is old news. So it doesn't change very much. It's very consistent. You know, the only thing that really changes is maybe you got a new character that comes in that shakes up, it adds a new composition that can help you get a little more damage. So the rewards are worth it in most cases. You know, you've got the Traya shards. A lot of people want that. Your General Kenobi shards, your Han Solo shards. And so I don't think raids are completely worthless. Just from the enjoyment factor, to me, they start to lose their luster. They have a short shelf life, if you will, which may contribute to why we don't see tons of raids in this game, because once you beat them, they kind of become boring. Number 3 is going to be the Squad Arena. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with Squad Arena. By and large, I love it, especially when the meta shakes up. When you first get a meta shake up, it's really fun to try to, you know, figure out what team is going to work, figure out all of that, you know, the mods, etc. And the competition aspect is really exciting to me, especially if you can get in a shard chat and you're able to, you know, have a realistic shot at hitting top spots daily, but you still do have to figure out how to actually beat the people who are there. That's really fun to me, and also modding your team in a way that you're not falling too far on defense. The one thing I don't like about Squad Arena and why it's not showing up at 2 or number 1 on my list is it also can get to an autopilot place where the meta hasn't shaken up in a while, and it's literally just once a day. All right, time to do my Squad Arena. I do my battles. This is my assigned spot for the day if you're in a shard chat, and it kind of loses its luster, I think, on those points. But it cycles out enough that I think it's the 3rd best game mode in this game. It's still probably what many view as the most important game mode in this game, because you can get those 500 to 400 or so crystals a day if you are able to have a good enough team, you farm smart enough for it. I think shard chats are pretty important for that. I know some of you have opinions about that. I'm not going to get into that here. I'm sure I'll get a comment or two about it, but you know, it's just the way the game is. And so to me, at a certain point, it becomes redundant, but it's still really important, and it's kind of like the game mode of Galaxy of Heroes that a lot of people really love, and so I think it's really good and does deserve to be high on the list. All right, that leaves 2 game modes, and these are the ones I was debating the most: Territory Wars and Grand Arena. I am ranking them in the top 2, both of them, and I debated for a long time, is Grand Arena better than Territory Wars? And the consensus I came to, for me personally, is no. Grand Arena comes in at number 2. Now, I still do like Grand Arena better than Squad Arena, and the biggest reason for this is Grand Arena changes. It's exciting. There's so much variance to it. It's a big challenge. The only criticism I have for Grand Arena is that the rewards, well, 2 criticisms. The rewards could be a bit better. I think for a full week of effort, we probably deserve a little bit more for this, but I'm honestly not as concerned about that as I probably should be, because I just love the game mode that much. And the second criticism is, can we have more of it? Now, I think that what the devs are probably going to settle on is we'll have a Grand Arena during every round of territory battles, and if that's the best we can do, I can accept it. I don't agree with it, but I'll accept it. But I honestly, I legit wish that this would just be rolling 24/7. We just have one every week. To me, that's not too much of a time commitment. The first day, all you do is you hit a join button, and then 3 of those days, you're just setting up teams. And then on the days that you actually attack, those other 3 days, to me, every Grand Arena, I've been able to manage those attacks in one sitting. And so I just think it should be rolling all the time, but I'm probably a bit biased because I just love the game mode so much. And then every time it's different. Every time you're seeing new defenses, the game itself is changing it up with 5v5, 3v3, ships thrown in the mix. Who knows what else they have planned for this game mode. This to me has, I'm going to be upfront with you guys. My interest in this game was waning a little bit, especially when we had that long gap with no territory wars. But Grand Arena was like a shot in my arm and just reminded me everything that I love about this game. And especially for endgame players, when you have the squads that you've put enough time into, it's a very, very rewarding way to play this game and totally deserves to be this high on the list. But it doesn't quite edge out Territory Wars. And why is that? Territory Wars is our number one. I love Territory Wars for every reason I love Grand Arena, but the one thing Territory Wars has that Grand Arena will never touch is the community component. When you are focusing on how to take out opponents with 50 other guys and girls, this to me is some of the most exciting times I have in this game. I am always dying. I can't usually do this, but I love getting on voice chat with my guild where they're always on voice during Territory Wars and we're talking through what's going on, who's attacking where, what's the plan, how does it look, how many mistakes have they made, how many mistakes have we made, does it look like we're gonna win, what do we need to do? And this to me is some of the most exciting, happiest memories I've ever had playing this game. And so in my opinion, for those who maybe aren't in a guild that's focused on Territory Wars, if you want to really up your enjoyment of this game, go find a guild that loves Territory Wars and you will love this game. You will especially love this game every other week at least when we've got a Territory Wars going on. What do you think about my list? Let me know what some of your changes would be down in the comments below. I know some of you don't like Grand Arena, some of you don't like Territory Wars, and that's fine. You know, this game has something for everybody. This is my personal opinion, and so I'd love to hear yours down below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and thumbs up if you like the video, and turn on notifications so you can be the first to know when Cubs fan Han is sharing new awesome Galaxy of Heroes content. And as always, my brothers, don't forget
my dead body. Sorry about the mess.